Yes, I will admit I am a bit late getting to this news. I will have two news videos up today, one in sort of dinner time-ish and then one towards the evening. But yes, let's dive into this juicy bit of news. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I am Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about some movie news for a change. We are talking about the fact that Bad Bunny will be joining the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Not the one you think, he's joining the SONY-VERSE. So you might be thinking, okay, I am a wrestling channel, why am I talking about Bad Bunny, who is a singer, joining a movie franchise? Well, because Bad Bunny is a pretty prolific player in WWE at the moment. He is, he was at WrestleMania, he was in the Royal Rumble, he seems like a big presence on WWE TV, and the character he's playing has a lot of wrestling backstory. So it was announced at CinemaCon by Sony that Bad Bunny will be playing El Muerto, I want to say. He is a character in the Spider-Man lore of Marvel Comics. And from what I can tell from this Variety article that is above my face, he is a guy who's handed a magical or an enchanted, something along those lines, wrestling mask, and it gives him powers. Now, okay. So I'm going to set aside, from the one hand, I'm really happy in terms of representation because we need more characters like this. I want Mexican wrestling, Lucha Libre, to be represented in the media a lot better than it is. It's really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff. Guacamelee, for any of you guys, if you haven't played it, is a fantastic, fantastic game, 1 and 2. They both show Lucha Libre in all its sort of, glory. The animated style of the game is fantastic. And in terms of being a Marvel fan, I want to see more characters on screen that we haven't seen before. Yes, El Muerto wasn't top of my list, but nonetheless, more superhero movies, always a good thing, shows that the genre is booming. Now, Bad Bunny himself, nothing against him whatsoever. He might be a fine actor. I've never seen him act. I've only seen him in wrestling capabilities. Is he the person to carry this new hopeful franchise? Maybe. I might be underestimating the popularity of Bad Bunny entirely. I know his music's massive. He gets loads of streams on Spotify and stuff like that. Maybe just here in the UK, he's the wrestling guy to me. Don't know any of his music. I don't even know. It could have been in the charts for all I know. But the other thing, and this is my main problem, is that Sony don't have a good track record with these solo spin-off films. Okay, now obviously this is subjective. It's completely subjective. But for me, Venom was terrible. The first Venom was really bad. The second Venom, I did not see. I did not care enough to go and see Venom Let There Be Carnage. And then Morbius, okay, is a train wreck. It's an absolute train wreck. I have seen Morbius. Matt Smith is the best part about the entire film. It's a film that should have been released around the time of the Ben Affleck Daredevil. It's hilariously bad how bad Morbius is. I didn't think superhero movies could be as bad as Morbius, but I got some sort of morbid joy out of Morbius. I would rather watch Morbius, which is a terrible film, I'd rather watch Morbius than Venom again. So that's my hot take. But they just don't have a good track record. And as cool as the concept is, and as cool as Bad Bunny is, I don't think this is going to be anywhere near to the standard of modern superhero films, because they haven't proven they can do it, and they've had competent directors as well. They've had really competent directors, so I don't understand. Sony's, I get superheroes are big and the only property that they have is Spider-Man, so they're going to milk every aspect of Spider-Man that they can. But at some point you've just got to stop trying and maybe just focus on the MCU version, the Tom Holland version. They worked. Maybe because Marvel was involved, Marvel Studios was handling that. But yeah, I don't have a lot of high hopes for this project. It's like we've not seen the Black Cat movie that was announced. God, I feel like that was announced. I don't know if the film was announced, but certainly they were planning a spin-off film, probably about 2014, when Felicity Jones was cast as Felicia Hardy in Amazing Spider-Man 2. So they've had a lot of creative issues with the Spider-Man franchise on their side, the Marvel Studios stuff, the integration with Tom Holland and now Andrew Garfield and all that stuff. Spider-Man No Way Home was brilliant. So yeah, El Muerto. I think, no, El Muerto. El Muerto? El Muerto. Let's go with El Muerto. It could be, okay, and I've not even talked about the wrestling side. This is going to be a really weird, long video. I can't believe I'm talking this long. But the concept as well gave me horrible flashbacks to the main event. The god-awful WWE Netflix film. Just hearing about a magic mask immediately draws comparisons to that, and I hope they distance it. This, for me, could benefit with going darker. I think, I'm saying that though, but Morbius was dark, and so Venom attempted to be dark. But I think with the right director, the right vision for this film, if the studio, because that's the biggest issue with Sony, they just fucking stick the hands in everything. Just let a filmmaker take this concept and shape it to be their vision. It doesn't have to fit into this grand universe, you know. Look what Todd Phillips did with Joker. Didn't fit into anything, but it was a cool concept and a cool idea. Look at, I'm blanking on, I was going to say Ang Lee's Hulk, but then everyone had unsubscribed. I'm completely blanking on solo films. Okay, let's go with Rogue One. Gareth Edwards got to tell his own story in that universe. It didn't have so many ramifications in the wider universe. It was his style, you know. I just think, let a filmmaker craft this. Let them have their auteur vision. And Bad Bunny, you know, he's a very charismatic man. I've seen that. He could be a really big star for this. This could be, essentially, what I'm picturing is, you know, Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings. Just sort of this offshoot, doesn't really have that many ramifications for the universe, but it really explores another culture and gives a good insight into that culture while also being a fun action romp. And if this can integrate wrestling as well, seeing like Bad Bunny, we know he can do it, doing a Canadian Destroyer, that'd be sick as well. And it could be a really good jolt of mainstream energy into wrestling that, you know, is always good. Is always good. So yeah, this has been a bit rambly, but let me know your thoughts on El Muerto down in the comments below. Let me know if you think it's a good idea for Sony, and I'll try and apply to every single one of them. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.